Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your 22 Greywolf Limited 22RR travel trailer toy hauler. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave room for that awning to open up. On your off campsite, no slide to worry about, so I just really want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be just above your tires, and then your water connection is going to be in front of that, both on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we do is level our unit. Your unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply retract or top to raise. Lower or raise until your unit's level. Once you get your unit level, the next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these scissor stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank. It comes with your storage. Put that on there. You can run a drill gun or an impact drive. I just recommend you slow down when you get to the bottom, because remember, these are stabilizer jacks. So what we've done is we've already gotten our unit level. All we're going to do at this point is stabilize it. So run these down onto some jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop in summer. Going to help protect the feet from sinking into hot blacktop. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of those, put them down and run these down and just until you have some resistance on your hand crank. Remember, unit's already level, we're just stabilizing it. Get all 4 of them down, got your unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Your power cord plugs in back here, big long 30 amp cord, plugs in here on the side, kind of like a pistol grip. It'll go in at 10 o'clock. Turn it to noon, and then put your black washer on there. Alright, get the power hooked up and hook up your water. At campsites, you're going to hook up to city water connection. I recommend a water pressure regulator. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. But don't turn your hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is right here in the front. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is make sure drain plug's back in here. As you see, that door comes right off. Check your on rod, put some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Go ahead and get that in there nice and snug, then you go ahead and turn your hose on. If your hose has been on for a few minutes, go inside, open up all of your water lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through those, your sinks, your showers. Then you can shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. Now, no need for a water pressure regulator here. Just gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right there. Or 2, on the inside where you check the level of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. When you're filling this, don't leave it unattended. Once it's full, remove that hose. Put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set to camp with power and water. We'll go ahead and finish walking you around the unit. Continuing on our off campsite again with our hot water heater. Remember, that door will lift right up off there. Just want to mention that if it doesn't seem to be working, come out here to see if either one of these are bubbled up. If they are, simply press them back in. They're a reset. Come down our off camp side, there is a docking light. This is a outdoor shower. Hot and cold water there. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Table at the campsite. Again, fresh and city water connections. Low point drains. Those are going to be right. There they are. Sewer connection, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Your freshwater drain can be down here. And the tires. Let's see, a little easier to get to here. There we go. There's where we'll store our sewage hose. These are vents on the inside. This will push open in case you got fuel in there. You want to vent it out. It's a nice air vent. Make sure you keep these locked for travel. You also prep for a backup camera. A leash latch. You put your pet out here. A couple of outdoor speakers. You prep for a TV. Snap it on right here. Cable 110 over there for that. Up here is a vent for your hood range. A flue for your furnace. A few things on that. If you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. Try to keep from blocking that as well. Another vent up there for the garage, in case you got your toys in there. Your big pass-through storage here. Nice little latch to hold them up. And there's your inverter in case you need your, excuse me, here's your solar charge controller. That's going to keep your solar panels from overcharging your batteries. Hand cranks. Here's your one for your stabilizing jacks. And this will actually get your tongue jack up and down should you lose power. So there's a bolt in there that'll connect to. Speaking of power, check your battery posts every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. That covers everything out here. Take a look on the inside. One last thing out here, your propane is on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you got gas. That turns red, check your gas. All right, let's go up inside here. First thing I always like to point out inside a unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone who's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Real quick, here's one of those vents I was talking about. Give that a good pop, and that'll push out. Gives you good airflow through the unit. Up here is our awning light. Excuse me, that's some interior lights. Here's my awning, exterior and living lights. Up here is where you check the level of your tanks. Here's your fresh black and gray tank. That fresh water's one is what I said to keep an eye on when filling up your freshwater tank. Over here's your brand new charged battery. Here's where you can connect to Bluetooth on this unit. Down here is where you turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water heater. Here's your living room lights. Again, exterior light and awning light. This exterior light's going to be the one on your back ramp. On your awning, you run it out. So you're only going to want to run your awnings out until the flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. So if I were to hold that extend down after that point, they will flip up onto themselves and start to run themselves up backwards. So that's as far as you want to run that out. Keep an eye on it when you're running out. Only run it out as far as you need to. As I continue to run that back in, and with the awning in, I will tell you these locks work best when gently slammed. Alright, we got a 110 here. Nice cutting board sink cover. I want to mention on your plumbing, keep an eye on it. There's your access panel to it, usually a square hole screw. Access to your plumbing, mostly PEX these days. If you travel a lot in this, you're bouncing a house up and down the road, check on your plumbing here in the bathroom. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. We got a self-explanatory microwave. We'll show you that working. Stop. Clear. Down here, a light and fan. Above your cooktop, there's your cutting board. Got a little magnet to hold that up there. It's a nice little aftermarket thing they did. Nice little glass top here. It makes a nice backsplash. turn on your panel light, turn that to high, hit your spark. Same thing on all of these up here, and your oven. I'm not gonna do it now, but I don't want to light your oven. But what you want to do is, after you light that, look, you'll usually see the reflection of the flame on that bottom metal. Make sure you put this back down for travel. Before I leave the kitchen area, I'll come over here and show you your sound system. AM, FM, Bluetooth, dual zone, indoor and outdoor speakers. We got AM, FM, what is our modes? AV, AV2, pairing, HDMI, and FM. Up here is your smoke alarm. Over here you're prepped for a TV. This is the way you want to set this up to sleep in here. The table is underneath here, resting on the folded down sides. You want to use this as seating. We're simply just going to lift this up. Pull back our cushions. Repeat the same thing on the other side. And then I would lift the table up and set the table up. To use these against the wall, let me go ahead and remove this table here and show you how to put these up so you can get toys in here. So with the table and the cushions removed, I'll show you how this will set right back up here. And inside where your curtains are, this is all the way up so you can see it better. This metal clip, little clip right on there, and that will hold that up. Repeat the same process down here. Holding that up. Make sure that you push down on that. If you don't push down on that button and you just give this a yank, I have seen these pull right out of the bed. So make sure you push that little button down. Nice and firm. Doesn't want to move, just move your leg. There you go. So that's how you want that for traveling. Same thing over here, put that one up. Several different options on where you want to store your table or your cushions. Now the table back up underneath here. You do got a nice curtain that'll pull down there. I'm gonna go outside and let down your ramp and show you how to set that deck up in a moment. Continuing in the unit, our big pantry, fridge. Main thing I just want to mention on that is put that over there for travel and keep that from bouncing open on you. Down here's gonna be our breaker box enthusiasts. Ton of 15s and a couple of 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Next to that is your battery disconnect. That will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. And down here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. As I mentioned, that's 12 volt, that's always out running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, and you don't want this to run your battery down, use this battery disconnect. Your tie downs. Continuing in, we'll go into your bathroom. A couple things in here I want to mention. Oops, over here. I want to mention your shower. Snap that closed. Keep an eye on your plumbing in here. There's your access panel to that. You have a magnet door that'll hold this door open for you. Here's our bedroom with storage under the bed, accessible from outside, so make sure you keep your outdoor storages locked. Alright, you're prepped for a TV here. There's your cable 110 for that. Well, it covers everything in here. Let's go outside and show you how to set your deck up. Now we're going to go ahead and bring your ramp down. Remove these after unlocking them. Lift up, pull under. This will fold down real easy. Those springs help it come down. You will lift up and remove this cotter pin in order to turn this into a ramp. Turn it into a deck, leave them down. And of course, a ramp, you will remove all of these. But to make this a deck, we're going to remove our top one in the front and back. Lift this right up against toward me. I'm going to set this down while I use my other hand. Put the cotter pin back in here. Back in like so. In the top one. Same thing up here. Unvelcro. And open up our door. This door will sit right in this slot. Repeat the process on this side, and you'll set up a nice deck. Putting the deck away, we're really just reversing everything. It's actually the toughest part. Threading this Velcro through there. There we go. And keep that door from swinging open. I'll get that tighter with two hands. And we'll remove our top cotter pins. Holding on to your rail as this is gonna fold down for you. She's back in. Better to have two people lifting up this deck because that way they can tuck in these cables. The only thing that's going to bother you bringing this up, I'll do it one-handed myself here, is making sure that those cables stay tucked in as this comes up on both sides. We're in. And that's how to set your ramp down and your deck up. Alright, back inside now. We're going to act like we're leaving the campsite. Close the unit up. I like to start by shutting off my exterior and interior lights. Then any other lights that I see on, I know they're individual accent lights that I personally need to walk through and shut off by hand. Continuing through here, going to our bathroom. I did want to mention your bathroom. You do have a hand crank open. Power exhaust vent, that is 4 speeds in here. Make sure you have that closed when you leave. And I also remembered here in the hallway that I forgot to show you your thermostat working. So I'm going to turn this on here and I'm going to go past fan, straight to cool, turn this down 75 degrees. That should crank this AC up rather quickly. As it turns on, I'm going to show you the quick dump. When you arrive at the campsite and it's super hot in here, open up these quick dumps. That allows cool air to cool everything, and when you do close these up, it's going to blast colder air into the other parts of the unit. Do want to show you also, when you shut the cool off, go right past heat to off. Those generally shut off rather quickly. Now when I go through and turn on my heat, crank it up higher than it is in here. Hear that return down there. Shut that off. Now that will run for a little while before it cycles through and shuts off. Alright, This light here is actually a light for your interior speakers here. Shut that off. Shut off my living room lights and exit the unit. Oh, we got a hallway light here that's individual as well. Alright, now the biggest thing on these type of steps, whether going in or out, is just make sure your exterior door is all the way open. Otherwise this will catch on it every time. Feet are also adjustable. What you do is you push up on this cotter right here, push up on that, and then move the leg to where you need it. Set this up this side here. Lock that in. That's going to keep that from banging against your screen. Now before you leave the dump station, and I say that because you're going to go inside and check the levels of your tank as you're dumping. Before you leave the dump station, lock, deadbolt, lift and turn this handle. That's how you want that for travel. Alright, for our dry camper, we're going to come over here and dump this freshwater drain. I'll give you a good look at it before, but it's actually right behind here. So get up underneath that frame here, by the axle, dump that fresh water, bring up our stabilizing jacks, and head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we are at a campsite, we are going to unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be on your off-camp side, in between your tires in the front. Driver's side of your tow vehicle, park accordingly. Hook up your sewage hose and pull this big black handle over here on the right, or excuse me, over here on the left. That's going to be your sewer outlet. When it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank, shows empty or close to it, come back out here, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station and hook it up to this black tank flush. Again, leaving that black handle open, turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, close that up. Make sure all that washout you just put in there has drained, and then close that black handle and pull this gray. That's going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. Usually while my grays are draining, I'll come over here, lift up on this pressure release valve first. Make sure no hot water jumps out of there. Push that back down, otherwise your door won't go back on. And then you can pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. Back on one hand here. I'll get up underneath here and dump this low point drain. The ones are here, those ones there. When that gray is done, you're going to grab that sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your stinky slinky container and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Greywolf for many years to come. Happy camping.